Hello there, friends. Welcome to our new shop. We just moved. We had that big old shop. We actually had that for 3 years. We had a 3-year lease, and that lease was over, and we decided to move our shop back into the old basement. I know a lot of you are very nostalgic for this place. Well, we spent a few months moving all our stuff back into here, most of it anyway. We have a storage unit with a whole bunch of other stuff in it. But yeah, we've moved back, and we wanted to give you a tour of not only the space here, but all the changes we've made compared to what it looked like back in the day. And if you're curious about what transpired over the last few months, members of our Extra Credit Club got vlogs every single week showing the move and all of the changes we've made in here. So if you're interested in getting caught up, you can join. There'll be a link down in the description to join either on Patreon or on YouTube right here. And you can get access to those hundreds of videos and get caught up. So thank you, Extra Credit Club, for helping, especially with the support over the few months while we were doing all this moving. You guys are wonderful. We couldn't have done it without you. This space here, before we even got moving, I made a model. Your friend and mine, Adam Savage, loves doing this, and I decided to give it a shot for this move. I built a cardboard model of my basement. We did it when the basement was completely empty, and then we figured out where we wanted to put all of our furniture well before moving any of it. So you are standing right here in the entryway looking into our little studio area over here. There's our workbench, and there's Brittany, and there's me. This table here was built to scale of the actual table we had to move to make sure it actually fit. Same with the rest of the furniture in here. We have, in this sort of woodworking area, we have our sink and amenities over here, but also the dust collector, some more workbenches. We have material storage in here, a drill press, a bandsaw, shelving. And again, I put all this in before to figure out if it could fit, and it worked really well. Around the corner, we have our machining area. Over here, we have sort of our 3D printing area. This is storage, and then over here is kind of an auxiliary area for like casting and stuff. Again, this was so useful before we started doing any moving, and if you're gonna do a move, I recommend doing something similar. Let's check out what we've got going on here in the studio. This room here, we're calling it our studio now. This is where we plan on doing most of the filming, but it used to be our old office. We had a laser cutter in here, we had our computers in here, and it was clean. That office is now in our dining room, which is above me, which is fantastic because we can hang out with the cats up there while we're trying to get our work done, and they are so helpful. Down here though, this workbench is mostly for like electronics. We have my soldering station over here that I built in a video a few years ago. Some storage for all of our decoration and sort of an extra work mat here for doing some prototyping, which Brittany is actually working on right now. So we're excited to see where that goes. Above you can see we have decorations. We have so many props, and one of the things I was bummed about in our last arrangement was we didn't have any of them in the background of our videos. But here, especially in our studio, we've hung up everything. All of our props, all sorts of fun posters and artwork, and we get to show them off in all of our videos, which is something that was really important to me, and I'm glad we've added that. Next to the electronics is our camera station. All of our camera batteries have chargers right there. We even have a light in there to help out. Charging is mostly what happens here, but lenses and audio gear and all that stuff is stored nice and safe and clean. Next to that, we've got lots more stuff to show off, and then over here is our main workbench. This was the same main workbench we had in the big shop. All I had to do was cut 3 inches off of the legs so I could fit it down the stairs in here. But it's amazing. It's super heavy. It's like 1/4-inch steel. I love this workbench, and I'm glad we got to keep it and we actually fit it down here. We've spent a while making this area exactly what we need it for making and for filming. So we have 2 big lights right there. I have a light here to help me see what I'm working on. Obviously the background has all of our decorations. And then over here on this wall is like all the little stuff that I use all the time. All of our marking implements, all of our like disposable brushes, sharpeners, knives, popsicle sticks, pens, pencils, markers, all of that's right there, right in reach. My super glue, and then a bunch of little tools go up on magnets, which has been super useful. It's all right within reach. But then back here, it's a little more elaborate. This is this tool console that I built specifically to house the tools I use all the time. The tool console has a bunch of wonderful features, starting over here with a dust collection system. This is a downdraft table that's hooked up to this little vacuum. I'll turn it on real quick. So when I'm using my rotary tool here, all of the dust can get pulled down into here. Also, that vacuum can be unhooked and I can use it to clean off whatever I'm working on. We're gonna try and keep this area as dust-free as possible. I know that's kind of a pipe dream, but giving it a shot. Next to our rotary tool, all my rotary tool bits are over here. Then I have a driver, a drill, a hot glue gun, and I wanna get a cordless one to go in there because nothing else here has cords, including this cute little hair dryer and a cordless heat gun. All of the battery chargers, of course, 4 of those live down there. So all of this is perfectly self-contained right next to my collection of swords. Very important. Why don't we head over to the shop? This is the shop side, and this is where we used to film all of our videos, and we'll film a ton more here too. One of the things I love about this basement is it came with this amazing giant sink. You can wash stuff off, get water when you need it, and if there's a ghost invasion, tell you what, we're all set. The rest of this part of the shop is kind of set up like a wood shop. So we have dust collection here that goes behind the door there. This one goes to my bandsaw, and I can move this over here to do the big drill press, and I have another line that goes over here to hook up the dust collection to all of my sanding tools. And you'll see on the unfinished side, we put all of our unfinished props on the wall. This is all stuff that was in storage before and no one ever got to see it. And now we do, which I think is pretty awesome. These are mostly mold masters. This is like the mold master I made for the District 9 gun. And then we made a silicone mold of this and then cast copies out of it. But this big hunk of MDF has been sitting in a storage closet for like 5 years. And now it gets to see the light of day again. And you get to see it too. Another amazing feature is I've replaced all of the lights with LED lights, tons of them, and they're all the same color temperature. I know that doesn't make a huge difference to you, but for white balancing your videos, it makes a huge difference to us. And also, there's tons of light in here. I can see everything, including the creepy old bench that used to be in the creepy old paint room. This bench here also came with the house. It's very old, and I modified it a little bit. Right now it's just kind of storage, but I peeled off a piece of sheet metal that was on top of it. And this is what was on the other side. This old sign, but this side of it still looks like it's pretty good. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it is really cool. And I guess it's my problem now. Behind here is material storage. I built 3 of these shelves for the big shop, and we moved them all back into this space first. It was the first thing we moved in so that we had a place to put all our materials as we moved it. So this one is super handy. We have a couple more in the back. Actually, we have a ton of new storage, especially the one I'm excited about. My Sortimo cases, I bought a bunch and I want to show you the shelf I made for them. I've built a bunch of new shelves down here, including this one right here, which was specifically just to take up this space and hold all my sandpaper, but it was also the perfect place to put my new Sortimo cases. I've been starting to collect these and fill them up with stuff, and they are super, super handy. Yes, I know there are cheaper options. I've used them all. The Sortimo ones are clearly the best. What I do is just buy a couple of them every year or so, and eventually I'll have an awesome, gigantic collection. I made shelves for each one of them so I can pull each one out without having to remove one that's on top of it. And then everything in here has been labeled. Oh, it's so satisfying. All these little containers, these are rotary bits. If I pull one out, I can see there's a little label in there that says rotary bits, wrenches. Everything in these are labeled. It makes me so happy. These 2 are empty. I haven't even started filling these yet, but I do have a lot more bits, hardware, fasteners and stuff that'll eventually go in there. I love these things. I have not regretted the money I spent on them. They're amazing. Speaking of labels, Every box, or nearly every box in this shop, has a label on it. We got a nice label maker and we got a bunch of colorful label material for it. We also have these boxes. They're clear plastic so you can actually see what's inside, which is super critical. We have this shelf that came with the house, but we also have a couple other shelves with even more containers, like this for our paints and this for pretty much everything else. This corner over here has become sort of the 3D printing CNC laser cutting area. So we have a computer over there to run all of the machines. We have our Ultimaker, got a little spot hiding back there. We have a laser cutter and this Carvey that I'm borrowing from my buddy Joel, the 3D printing nerd. I use this a bunch on our lightsaber project and it was a real champ. We also have ventilation over here that goes right out the window behind me, especially for that laser cutter, and an uninterruptible power supply for powering all of these machines. Actually, during the one of the cutting operations, we lost power and that kept the Carvey running long enough that the power came back on and it didn't hiccup at all. It was amazing. I highly recommend a UPS for your machining tools. Behind me is kind of our casting area. So all of our molding and casting supplies have gone over there. We have our fireproof cabinet down there, just randomly because there was room for it. All of my cables are stored right here. Let me know if you need any USB cables. I have plenty. And then back this way, it's kind of an auxiliary workbench area. This used to be our painting area. We're not gonna do that anymore. It wasn't 100% safe. So this has kind of become just an extra workspace, and I imagine when we're doing more molding and casting, we'll do all of that right here. We have plenty of light. We have a Form 2 just sitting there. Eventually I'll find a place for that. And then on the other side of me is where the rest of our material storage went. This is a great place to sort of dump everything we don't need immediate access to. Also, this is a great place to store some of our larger, more cumbersome props, like the porcupine, the Fat Man, and a casting of my District 9 rifle that I swear I'm gonna paint someday. Someday. I mentioned this used to be the painting area. We don't really have a new painting area yet, but the idea is probably to get a small hobby-sized paint booth for like little things with an airbrush, and then everything else, especially spray paint, that's gonna get done outside. One more thing, we have a machining area. I am very excited about this machining area. I have my baby lathe that's been a real champ. Again, on my lightsaber project, got a lot of use here. I have a vise for more metalworking type stuff, and then the rest of my machining type tools are starting to get collected over here. I have more that I want. I don't have a mill yet. I gotta figure out what I want to get and where to put it. But I have a great start. I built this bench so I have a little room, or the appropriate height anyway, and then room under it for a lot of my storage for more machining tools. This bench has a ton more storage, so I have like lathe tools in here and an angle grinder in here, some spare vices. I can't wait to get even more use out of this fantastic area. That is the new shop, and we couldn't be more excited, both me and Brittany, who's hiding behind the camera.
Hello.
We couldn't be more excited to start building more stuff in this place, like the lightsaber I just finished. I love this thing. It's been quite a few months. It was a lot of work getting the whole shop moved. Brittany and I did the lion's share of the work, although Paige helped us a bit for one of the heavier days, so thank you for that help, Paige. But we were really excited to be able to take the time we needed to build this space out to be exactly what we wanted it to be, both as a workshop that we have to spend every day in, and a place where we can film videos for you. And we're really happy with how it turned out. The move, I figure I'll dive a little deeper into the why. So we leased a space for 3 years. We had a 3-year lease. We paid rent every single month on that space. And our plan was to try and expand the business and grow into that space. And then 2 years into it, a pandemic hit and plans changed. So by the time our lease was over, we decided it was better for us and our pocketbooks to move back into the basement, at least for a little while, save a little bit of money, and continue to be able to make videos for you guys. Like I said before, we covered all that in our extra credit videos. If you want to go check those out, there's a link below, and we appreciate the support. That support kept us going through the whole summer while we were mostly focused on the move and building out the new shop. We couldn't have done all of that without that amazing support. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for throwing money at us to keep making these silly prop making videos. And we will. We are going to make a whole bunch more. We've got some projects already started for the next few videos, which is very exciting. I hope you're stoked to join us on that journey. Thank you so much for hanging out with us in the shop. I hope you liked the shop tour. Put a lot of thought into where we are now with this whole place. And of course, if you have any fun ideas, please throw them in the comments. We're always happy to hear what you have to say. That'll wrap it up for us here in the shop today. We're going to get back to work soon on some projects. Can't wait to see you there. Thanks for hanging with us. Happy crafting. We'll see you in the next build.